Well, it's another day for
Inspiration, fascination.
We sound more like Merriweather each time.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday. We have such a great topic for you guys today. One of our favorite topics. We know it's one of your favorite topics as well.
Near and dear to your hearts. We talk about it probably every week in some shape or form.
We're always in search of it.
We're always encouraging you to go get more of them into your home. So
it's
today,
available.
We're going to talk about books.
We love our books. We love books that are old. We love books that are new. We love hanging out at the bookstore. We love shopping for books in any form. So we're going to jump right in and share some of our favorite books, things you can do with books, how books make great gifts. Books.
I want to see what you have in your lap there, Mrs. Porter.
Very good one. This was actually a gift I gave to John. It's the Proust Questionnaire. Such a cool book. So this is a great book that you can keep on your coffee table or whatever. It makes a wonderful gift. I thought it was perfect
Great for groups.
Great for groups. This Proust actually created the Proust Questionnaire in 1886 and filled it out himself. There were 2 Proust questionnaires. So I have to read you, for instance, a few of the questions. Your favorite virtue, if not yourself, who would you be?
And who did he choose to be?
If not yourself, who would you be? Since the question does not arise, I prefer not to answer it. All the same, I should very much like to be Piney the younger.
That would have been my answer too.
So, Proust Questionnaire is one to put on your shopping list or in your shopping cart.
And the deal with this is, doesn't it give everyone a chance to fill?
Thank you very much. Well, what's wonderful about it is already filled out by many, many famous people.
Celebrities,
celebs,
people of excitement.
People of excitement that are fun to read about. And then in the back is a whole section for you and your friends and your family. You could fill them all out yourself if you want to.
For all of your alter egos.
What do I like today? Who is my favorite hero in fiction?
It's a great book.
Your favorite motto?
You could have a party just based on this book.
You could. You could have like a wine and cheese and Proust Questionnaire party.
We should do that.
Oh, and you'd all sound like such smarty pants.
I know.
I mean, you already are, but you know.
Okay, I have to share this glorious book. Okay, now guys, this has been a Porter family staple since I met you guys.
Yeah.
From the date inside, it looks like, well, you bought it soon after we met. Yes, but this is the official secret language of birthdays.
Yes.
So 365 days. Any day that your special day happens to fall upon, there are 2 pages of goodness. Now, I have to uncover a little secret that I've purposefully been keeping, only because she tends to be modest, doesn't need all of the hoopla. Tracy had a birthday this month.
I love that you're doing this.
I'm doing this.
Oh, God.
I won't tell you the specific date. If you look really closely at the screen, maybe you'll catch it, but maybe not. But I've got to read you the first sentence for people born on this day. People born on seem to be curious about everything. But their investigations into what they find around them usually come down to the most fundamental events, thoughts, feelings, and ideas concerning existence. Well now, have you ever met a more curious creature in your life? I tell her if a t-shirt should be made in your honor, it should just say, curious. She's digging in everything. Medicine cabinets, books,
I'm
online.
The nosy Parker.
You are the nosiest Parker I know. So in honor of the birthday that you just recently had, you look young and beautiful, my dear.
Thank you, thank you.
And I kept it from all of you because I think we probably would have had, you know, too much chatter to have had a successful business day that day.
Yes, yes. It just would have been too much. Enough,
too much.
Enough about that.
But a wonderful conversation starter. You guys, we literally take this to the dinner table with us sometimes.
It's way too much fun. You could have a party around that book too. This has been opened up at more little family gatherings and other whatnots.
And it's great for newcomers because,
fun.
you know, you've got the new daughter-in-law coming into the circle or the new friend that's coming to dinner. Yeah. Ooh, how not to make them uncomfortable. Crack open the book and let's see who they really are.
It's so good. It's definitely a must. They have a few other versions of that, so you got to check it out. Okay, well, based on the Nosy Parker comment, thank you very much, which it's true. I am the Nosy Parker. Years ago, my mother broke her leg. For the second time, believe it or not, Nettie, the wild woman, broke her leg 2 times in her life, hopefully never again. So while she was all laid up with her leg on the couch, I gave her an assignment. The assignment was based on this book, Legacy, a step-by-step guide to writing personal history. I thought this would be great for my mom because I'd asked her a few times, tell me anything you can about your history. And, oh, I don't know what to tell you. And I wanted her to write it down. No. So I found this book, and it's the most perfect book.
Perfect.
For anyone like a parent or whomever that you're interested in knowing. It gives them questions and things to go toward. And so my mom just randomly picked things out of sections, and then she wrote all this out, and it's the greatest thing. So I need to have my dad do it. We need to have John's parents do it, but it's got all kinds of cool things
And don't
in
you
it.
think one of the virtues of the book is it truly pulls out things that otherwise may be uncomfortable or you may think are insignificant enough to ever document or retell?
That's exactly
You know,
it.
don't you want to know everything there is to know? Don't you want to drain the sea?
I mean, that's exactly what we always say, drain the sea, because you know what that would be like when you drain the sea? Imagine all that goodness down
All
on the
the
bottom.
treasure
All the
that
yummy
has
stuff.
been forgotten.
Yeah, but listen, this is so cool. The beginnings of and childhood, adolescence, the early years, marriage, being a parent, middle adult years, being a grandparent, you know, later adult years, reflections. You know, it's got all the wonderful stuff that you really would want to know, and you should do one too. You know what? I have an assignment for you. Get busy and write down your legacy.
And then they can post it with us on the community.
I'm also the bossy Parker today.
Watch out.
All right, sister, what you got?
Okay, this is one of our favorite decorating books.
Very beautiful. This is older. I don't know how old, but
Yeah, we've had it for a few years. Decorating with antiques.
Fabulous.
Confidently combining old with new. And oh my goodness, you know what? You know, we're always talking about we love the highs and the lows and the layers. I flagged a page for you girls before we sat down here, and this makes me, you know, drool a little bit.
yeah, look at that.
But what we love so much about this, of course, is there's this wonderful, raw, rustic.
Like a simplicity.
Yes, it's as though they've rehabbed an old barn. The floors couldn't be more modern. It looks like almost polished concrete slabs
Wood.
with rustic wood
No,
beams.
It's so cool.
And then they, of course, have their version of a London wall with antlers. Hello, of course they do.
Yeah, well, you know, they must have gotten that from us.
They must have. And then fun little oriental touches, this darling screen and little antique lamps.
It's so good.
Just love it. You know, we're always about color and pattern, and here is the complete opposite. They're using washes of beige, natural materials, but it's a wonderful mix of old and new, and nothing's more inspiring than
I mean, I want that as much as anything. We
want
must
it.
get building another house.
I think we'll have to, all of us, all of you.
Got to get out in the yard and dig up some bags of cash, I guess.
We're busy. So you'll be infinitely inspired, girls. Pick this up.
Oh, gosh. Okay, I have another really good one. You can tell it's a book that we love because it's so battered, but it's called Fritz and the Beautiful Horses. This is a children's book, and it's one of my favorite. It's a total tearjerker. And what's darling about it, it's by Jan Brett. What's darling about it, of course, it's about this sort of little misfit pony guy, and he's not one of the beautiful horses, so he's never invited to play with the children or anything like that.
Oh,
and then he ends up, well, I'm not going to tell you because that would ruin the story.
But is it a good story for families and children?
Darling. It's darling, and you will cry, shed a tear, and I know you're the weepy souls, just like we are.
Goodness.
It's so darn cute, and it's got gorgeous, beautiful. This happens to be a paperback version. I couldn't find a hardback when I was hardback. That's a good word.
It's okay. Cover.
Yeah.
Hardcover.
Hardcover, not a hardback, but beautiful pictures. Anyway, it's a darling, darling little book. You know, the thing about books that we love so much, of course, is that they work for every part of your life. If you've got children or grandchildren, or if you want to decorate with them, you know, they're just wonderful to have sitting around in stacks. I know you guys hear me say that all the time. They're beautiful as antiques. I mean, I just received 2 gorgeous antique books from my brother-in-law and sister-in-law for my birthday, which, you know, that's just the greatest thing. A book as a gift.
There's nothing better.
Is so good. That or a photograph. Those are the 2 coolest, most wonderful.
You'll have them forever. So right before we sat down to talk with you girls, we just went around the house and gathered one of our favorite things, a stack of books in a similar color. What makes a better statement than this?
Not much.
You know, some of them have patterns, some of them just have beautiful, you know, script, some of them are tattered and torn, but they're all in the same family, and it's such a beautiful color pop whenever I'm running around the house, and I've got kind of a dull corner that needs something.
Grab the book.
Yes, it's my Band-Aid.
Well, and they give you height. You can buy antique books for not a lot of money.
Yes.
You know, Sarah and I tend to not pay much more than 2 or 3, sometimes $5 if it's $5 if it's a really, really gorgeous cover. But you know, you don't need to spend loads of money on them. And to me, it's just one of the greatest investments you can make. And there are oodles and oodles of them, and we could share every one of them with. Do you have another one you want to talk about? I could.
No, that was my last stack. Yeah, let's grab one more from yours.
Let me quickly grab. I'm not going to grab another. Oh, I have to grab this one because this is one of my favorite books too. Again, you can tell my favorite books are all ripped up. La Vraie Pratique. This is one of my favorite cooking yummy books. And what's great about it's by Anne Williams.
How long have you had this?
I don't even know how long I've had it. I usually put that right in the front, but way too long. And it's a wonderful book, but it's got all kinds of cool technique and stuff. Some of it's very over-the-top sophisticated, but it's also just really fun to read. La Vraie Pratique is, it's a wonderful, Anne Williams is the president of a school in Paris, a cooking school. And so then she wrote this book, and like I said, this is an older book. I believe my mother bought it and then gave it to me, but it's just fun to look at, and I love those kind of books, and I also love that it was my mom's, and she gave it to me.
And you keep coming back to it.
I
mean,
do.
That's important.
Well, I mean,
yes.
You know, I also go back to the joy of cooking.
Right.
As simple as that.
Now,
If
how
you
long
don't
do you
have
boil
the
an
joy
egg?
of cooking,
Yes,
you must
you have
have
to
that
get it.
too. But I mean, Sarah and I could literally spend the day talking about books and sharing books with you.
But you have things to do. You've got to get out and scurry about and get some new books in your collection. So we should
got to get cracking and get
this
shopping. We will, but find some good books. Surround yourself with all the amazingness that they will bring into your life. Nothing better than sitting down, having a cup of tea, and a book.
No, and they're forever. So get more of them into your life.